Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the Fractal channel. Did you miss me? I've been really busy, but like I said in my last video, there will always be more on this channel eventually. Since the last episode on the Endercraft Season 3 server, a lot has changed. Let me fill you in. We decided that it was time to start a new season to get everyone excited and interested in playing on the server again. And so, let me officially welcome you to Endercraft Season 4. This season, we decided to do something special. We have one rule on this server. Everyone must base in the crater. What is the crater, I hear you ask? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. A massive crater with a lake in its center. Each of us on the server were allotted a section of the crater in which we are allowed to build, terraform, and grind to our heart's content. But I didn't get the memo, so I kind of ended up stuck with the last available spot. Nevertheless, I decided I would carve this land to my will and make it mine. Now, before we get started, there's one thing I must admit. Season 4 actually started several months ago, but I've been so busy that I didn't really have time to edit and upload videos. And now I'm so far behind that there's no hope of me ever filling you in on everything that's happened. Especially since I stopped recording videos and replays after the first month, as I foolishly decided that I just wouldn't make videos this season, a decision that I already regret. But I have a solution, dear viewers. Nobody likes watching all that boring early game footage anyway. You've probably seen people grind stone and iron tools a million times already. So, although I'm missing a lot of the footage that brought us to the present day, what I will do is make a bit of a montage from what I have, and then give you a tour of the current state of my base in-game. Then you'll be up to speed. Hello, welcome back. I don't usually just kind of go off script here and talk normally, but I think I'm going to do it more in these episodes because that's how I'm going to be able to get them out. So what you just saw was a montage of me establishing my base. There's a lot you did not see in it, though. That's because there's a lot that I just didn't record, like I mentioned. So I think the best way to do this is just to kind of give you a tour around. You probably saw me building the church. You probably saw me building the house that I'm in right now. And you probably saw even maybe some of the digging. I don't know what I have yet because I'm recording this before I edit everything together. But yeah, let me just go out here and show you around. So you can see the crater all around us with some other bases. So obviously a lot has been done around here. But what we're focusing on today is the stuff in this area, the stuff that I've done. I'm not sure how much of this you saw, but I have this little courtyard here with the church. And the overall goal of what I'm building is to kind of be an Italian seaside town, kind of based off of Amalfi. We have this seawall here, and this seawall is not fully done, but it's mostly done. And it's what connects my base down to the beach. I didn't want to have to deal with all this extra height of terrain, so I decided to just cut out a lot of the digging I'd have to do by building this kind of staircase seawall thing up, and I think it turned out nice. So if we go up here, you notice I've done like a lot of texturing. That's something I've been trying to get better at. Clearly not fully done though, like this area is not fully done. Over here we have the church with a nice blue domed roof and an orange tree out front. This church was initially built because I wanted a spot for my storage. After building it, however, I very quickly realized that this is not enough room for storage. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to have to build a secret basement for this thing. So what you can do is you can light this candle here and drop into my basement. This is my storage basement. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me make sure my brightness is on the right setting. So it's meant to be kind of experienced with the correct brightness, and you can see there's like light spots in certain areas. It kind of gives it a moody vibe. And then to get out, you just come over here, press this button, and you get wind charge launched up out through the manhole cover, which I like. Okay, next I'll kind of show you around this building. So this is the first actual town building I built, and I'm trying not to show everything at once. I decided to start by building like, well, I actually did not start by doing that, but I started by building like a pink kind of building. The white terracotta is actually really good for pink. You think it's white, but it's actually pink. It's quite pink. So I used that for a lot of the highlights here. I have a couple open windows and this kind of like a little offshoot part, which made it hard for the interior designing it, but I think it looks nice from a distance. And you'll notice that a theme I use a lot is like the mud bricks for terracotta roofs. And I think it turned out nice. We also have this fountain here in the corner, pretty simple fountain design. Inside, the bottom floor is entirely decorative. It is a candle shop, is what it's meant to be. There's some paintings on the walls and some candles and some tables. And the spiral staircase continues further down. We'll get to that in a second. But up here is my main house area. So I have all the essential stuff that I need. I have furnaces. I have sawmill, stone cutter. Why do I say sawmill every time? Cartography table, crafting table, ender chest, all that stuff. And my bed. It kind of like looks out across the bay at the Murderous's base over there, which is really nice. And you can see what I mean when I said the interior designing was hard, because you have like this brown area here and then the pink area here, and it's hard to divide it up and make it look nice. And then you also have like the windows poking through, but honestly, I think if you just you get used to those imperfections, right? It's really easy to want the interior wall to all be one color and not be able to see these like window shades and stuff. I've been playing on this for a while. It doesn't even feel weird to me anymore. And I think really imperfection is what will make a Minecraft build look nice. You also have the roof. Again, trying not to show anything else yet. But this roof over here, we have like a little cherry blossom tree on it. Some like gardening things. This is supposed to be like lattice, beehives. The bees have long since died, but I've not collected the honey because I like the decoration and I don't want it to disappear forever. A couple composters, just for gardening decoration. Nice little view of the cathedral there, the church, whatever. Now, you may have been fooled by the bright interiors of this upper area, the nice pink color, and down here with the candle shop. This area hides a sinister, sinister secret. Down here we have many men in captivity. They have not seen, they were born into the depths of the darkness. and they have not seen the light in many years. Literally, probably years of time that's passed on the server. Then we have this next building. We'll go in a bit, but first we have like this little alley that goes up between. I use chickens on leads to make little like ropes coming down, and this is something I've been trying to do with my builds: is integrate functionality into them through a decorative way. So, for instance, this fountain right here is actually my infinite water source. Very nice. These chickens actually produce an egg farm. We also have air conditioners, which you can use as glass furnaces if you really want to, which is nice. But let's talk about the actual build itself. So, as I mentioned, I've been trying to do very Italian-style architecture. And like Italian coastal towns kind of have like this vibe, you know, like flat roofs. It's either flat or terracotta roofs. In this case, I did another flat roof one. A couple windows going up, and then like the bottom section is oftentimes a different color than the top section, so that's why I did this part out of like jungle and oak. But yeah, if you can't tell, this is an ice cream shop, a gelateria. This just means yummy ice cream shop. So if we just go inside, you can see I've been practicing kind of doing interiors on small scales. That's something I did last season as well. This season, though, I've also been having to work on that a bit. And it's been difficult, but I like how this turned out. You have like the little glass panes. It doesn't matter that they don't connect to anything. This is what's great about Minecraft is you suspend disbelief. Like, yeah, this just kind of ends. Normally there'd be like I don't know, something I'd connect to in real life. But it doesn't matter because you get the idea. This is like the little glass thing that they scoop ice cream from behind. And here's some ice cream cups that they put the ice cream in, like a little way in. These little shelves or whatever, just maybe like signs that show the color or the types of ice cream, and they're color coded based off the flavor. I also included a loom here, again, including functional blocks and builds so that I have places to access them without them just sitting around in the open. Has been nice. There is another entrance on the other side, which we'll get to in a second. I really like the banner design. I found it online. I did not make it. I made this one though. There was one I found that was similar to this, but I didn't quite like how it looked, so I modified it a bit. Yeah, and I used the pale wood planks to kind of create like the awning, and I also wanted to tie that back into the windows, so that's what I did. Right next door we have another build. The interior is currently not finished because I have no idea what I'm going to put in it yet. We'll come up with something. But for now, it's empty. I want my interiors to work decoratively, not just functionally. So I don't want to just plop like furnaces in here or something, you know. This one, I messed around with like flower pots and stuff. I moved the windows back, put some flower pots in them. I hadn't done that over here. I'll probably change a few of those to fit. I used a copper door because I just felt like it looked kind of cool. And this little fence gate for like window shutters. I'm not sure if I love it, but I also don't hate it. So I'm just sticking with it, you know. Sometimes you'll learn from those things. I got the hanging roots up there. Again, the terracotta roof as well, and like a little drain pipe maybe or something coming down. I'm trying really hard not to show everything else. We have like a little flower cart thing. I really like this. Just subtle things that really add so much to the world. And over here is the backside of this building and the other entrance to the gelateria. I should probably put a sign out here. Still thinking about that. This is a little staircase that goes back up to this road, which is going to connect to the next line of houses and stuff back there, buildings. All right, now we're going to show what I just recently built. I really actually quite like how this turned out. I used a really funky color palette. Here it is. I don't think I've ever built with such a weird assortment of blocks and had it turn out a way that I liked so much. So the first thing that I'll talk about is this fountain here. I decided to try and do armor stand stuff with the fountain, so I used light gray armor, some tough blocks, and one thing I've really been working on, and I'm not great at it, but I've been working on, I think it adds a lot, is shading in builds. So like, throughout all my builds, the light is supposed to be coming from where I'm pointing at and like going off that direction. And so if you're imagining the light streaming down like this entire little backside of this alcove is completely shady, right? I mean, not completely shady because you're still outside in the light, but like it's way more shady. So I'm really trying to like emphasize and think about how the shadows work. You know, in the light, if it's coming this way, this building provides a shadow at this angle like that, which is why this section is all tough toughed up. But the real interesting thing is this build over here. Matza 76, which means Club 76. So I was inspired by these photos I saw of like ivy covered buildings with like brick in the top above the ivy. And I kind of decided to have the ivy almost divide up the building into like the upper floor, which is brick and red and pink and has these cherry doors. And the lower section by the doorway, which is more like beige, kind of like the colors of the other one. I really like how like the brick just kind of comes in some places. One thing I don't like is how the biome I'm in changes the color of the vines to be this weird bluey color. But there's not much I can do about that. And I think they still work. It still looks better with the vines being weird colored than just not having them. Over here, the idea is that I'm just going to go in free cam for a second. The idea is that the vines kind of grew up over the doors. So these aren't like supposed to be trap doors. They're supposed to be door sized, but like the idea is like the moss and stuff is covering them. The vines are growing, so I do have to trim them back occasionally. But strangely enough, I kind of like that. It feels that way, like I kind of just have to maintain the build. Otherwise, it's going to all fall apart. And that sounds a bit weird, but I really like that because it's like, it makes you actually have to play the game, you know, be invested in the world you're in. There's a little bit of maintenance involved. I think that's kind of cool. Inside is a club. So as you can see, there's like a little stage for performers to perform at with a microphone. And it's used with their skeleton skull, but it looks kind of cool. And it's angled this way because this light is shining off and showing the kind of like ridges in it, which I really like how that works. Like the light is hitting it perfectly there. That light is also reflected in like the colors on the roof and stuff where it's brightest. See, this is an example of if you were just building an interior, you would never in a million years choose this kind of color combination for the walls and roof and stuff. You would never say this wall's going to be green and white and the roof is going to be purple and this wall's going to be entirely green and back here is going to be mahogany. You would never do that, which is why building the exterior first and then working within that limitation, and especially the case whenever you have such small footprints where you have to make use of every single block, it makes building a lot more fun. Because I would never do this, right? Unless it was a result of me working within the confines of what I'd built on the outside. But the fact that it exists, and it doesn't look bad, it works somehow. And I don't know how it works, but like this wall being green and this being purple and this being green and white and purple and red, it works. And I can't describe how it works, but it does, in my opinion at least. Maybe you disagree. And I really like that, the way it turned out. Over here we have a bar. This says you have to be 18 to purchase alcohol or something along those lines. We have brewing stand, fake stuff in there just to give it the little icons. And those are supposed to be like wine and beer bottles up there on the shelf. This is where my jukebox is now. I used to have it just sitting around somewhere, but now I've moved it here. My first diamond always goes to a jukebox, so this is kind of iconic for me. A little standing table and stuff. And an exit sign. And that's not what I was saying and for. And the reason I built this place, because this is a special place, I built this entire building for one purpose and one purpose only. Because I'm going to be hosting an event on the server, which is going to be an open mic night. Later, in a few minutes, all of the people on Endercraft, or not all of them, but quite a few of them, said they're going to come online and join for an open mic night event, which will be hosted here in Matza 76. But yeah, I think I've yapped long enough. So I'm going to go to bed. And when we wake up, I think it's about time for the open mic night. So, sweet dreams. Oh, sweet dreams. Welcome, one and all. Okay. Oh, wow, you got your tuxedo.
Yeah.
See, this is going to be a bit sad because Zark was supposed to man the bar. He was very excited about providing refreshments. But oh well. All right. Welcome, one and all, to the first Endercraft Season 4 Open Mic Night. It's going to be pretty chill. basically, whoever wants to go first, just come up. Uh, hopefully you have something prepared. If you don't, that's also fine. Improv is welcome. And just have some fun listening to people share what they've been doing with the world and just chilling out. And yeah.
I had nothing prepared, so we're going to do improv, collaborative storytelling.
Woohoo!
Welcome to hell. So I'm going to go one by one through each of you after giving you a scenario, and you are going to tell me a character, and we are going to do a very short scenario. The year is 1952.
I'll go.
Okay.
My name is Joey Gatto. I'm a member of Teamsters Local 52 out of Chicago Steel Mill Union.
Okay.
On the side, I work for the biggest mafia boss this side of the world, outside of Sicily.
Perfect.
Happy?
Yes, I am. So, yeah, the year is 1952. It is a dark, grimy, as most nights are in Chicago in this time period. Wet night, raining. Joey Gatto, you're sitting at a bar. There's not a whole lot going on. People sitting next to you. Ty, who are you?
I'm a not super rich, but semi-wealthy, successful businessman. Steve.
Knew that's coming.
Freaking Steve.
Sure, I wouldn't expect anything else. You're sitting at the bar. I assume you're a rather attentive person. Being involved in the mob. Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
So there's an individual sitting next to you. One Steve Melchick that you've never met before. You do not know who this is. You do recognize an individual stepping into the bar that sits immediately to the other side of Mr. Melchick. You're a bit under quota. The boss doesn't like that much.
What do you mean?
Who just said that?
I was like, wait a minute, that was my line. Like, hang on.
Wait, I thought he was talking about my boss, the mafia guy. Who's he talking to?
Talking to the rich. The semi-successful.
Oh, you really scared me shitless there. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else.
Speaking to Mr. Melchick right now is one Cyrus Agnew, who reports directly to your boss. So you don't know who Mr. Melchick is, but you do know who Mr. Agnew is.
Okay, can we just clarify real quick? So Ty does not know who he is. I don't know who Ty is, but I know who he is. Or
I'm the rich. Oh, you mean like you meant like in the
Ty
story.
knows.
In the story,
Ty knows
sorry.
who he is.
In the story, yes. You do not know who I am.
but I know who Gold is,
Yes.
and Gold reports to my boss.
That's a good
The
question.
boss. No, I'm kidding.
And at this moment, another individual walks into the bar. Zay, who are you?
So imagine Mike Wazowski, but purple.
Holy shit! What the fuck is that? It's a monster!
Chicken jockey. Water bucket. Release. It's my fault. I was the one who started the jokes. I shouldn't. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
I think this is what purgatory is.
Okay, let me help you. Mike Wazowski creature
He walks
walks in, looks around, and then says, "You know what? I'm out of here." Leaves. Was never seen again. Everyone in the bar looks at each other, thinks to themselves, "Did that really just happen?"
How much have I been drinking?
I need to lay off the sherry. Because that's what they drink in 1950 in Chicago.
So it's maybe a little too far gone. But anyways, what am I to think about the first time it's happened?
Listen, I don't know about you, but I think we need to track that guy down and put a bullet through his head. That's how I've solved every problem in my life so far. And that's how I'll solve every problem going forward. Got a problem with that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Several.
A little.
So I say we form a group. We hunt down Purple Mike Wazowski. Capiche?
And scene.
There he is! Ah! He's caught in the crossfire! He took the shot. He took the shot for Zay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Let's give a big round of applause for Murderous.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. And up next to the stage is ZK 45. I've decided. Ty better get over here if he wants to see the performance of a lifetime.
Yeah, hang on.
Are you waiting? Just
I was just getting materials for mine.
Materials. Okay. Materials for the open.
from my house.
Okay, so I will be using this for to exhibit the song. Can you hear it?
Yep. Let's go, Zay. That's very nice.
I feel like the villager noise is really added to it, and you should include those.
Yeah.
I turned down friendly creature sounds halfway through. Okay.
Nice.
I feel like I know what Ty Gamer is doing for his performance. But seeing as he had to go to my room, which has a crafting table to get materials, so I'm going to let him go next.
Alright. Alright. So, it's not what I had planned, and it's not very original, but I thought, you know what, it'd be the funniest one. So I'm going to try and make as many Minecraft movie references in 60 seconds.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we got lava chicken. Check out my sweet blade. This is a crafting table. Flint and steel. Water bucket release. Crushing some loaf and a bonus. Aha. Okay, that was like 15 seconds.
Wait, you got something in your inventory you can use.
Oh, Ender Pearl. It's actually my last one. You throw it, go wherever you want. Oops. That was my last one, but no biggie. What do I have? I guess I overestimated how long that would take me, but I should have said 30 seconds, dang it.
All right, everyone give a hand for Ty Gamer's Minecraft movie live performance. Okay. I guess I'll go next. So I feel like I'm going to be destroying the entire vibe of the event here that we've been establishing so far. But I'm going to read some poetry. All right. So this first one is called Airport Sunflowers. They sit in a brutalist vase, which is bolted to a cart. It's not a wooden thing. It is metal. An artificial construction. 4 uniform wheels. A red coat of paint. Evenly spaced rivets. Cold to the touch. The cart itself is locked to a track. The vase and its contents dry, likely plastic. It silently rolls back and forth. People weave around it. Avoidance. Between the 2 large concrete pillars which support the low roof of the terminal's west wing, it is a fitting display. All right, that was number 1.
Should we have like a book club discussion?
Sure. All right, what do you guys think?
Loved it. I don't know what a brutalist vase is. It sounded like a discussion of, to me, sort of like city it existing.
I guess. Okay, I full cards on the table, whatever. I was full expecting you to make another poem about Snowy.
I can read the Snowy poem.
Just read the same one.
One sec. Let me pull it up. Okay. Yeah. As per audience request, I will be rereading the poem from Endercraft Season 3, Episode 3, The Funeral. On the hill beneath the willow tree rests a tombstone, bathing in the lambent light of waning sun. Often I would sit aside that effigy, words long faded, and think then, beneath those hanging vines, staring seaward, a life. That carved stone now crumbling, it was a life. And slowly that life, decaying as rock turned dust, was covered by those fallen leaves and weeds and the dying light of that fleeting sun. That faded second death, now not much farther gone. I haven't returned in many years, but I still think back on that dying grave. It isn't long now until I forget, and it is forgotten. Life finally vanished into that all-encompassing sun. And then I think to myself, there are worse places to die a second time. This last poem that I'm going to read is called Fibonacci, and it is special because each line's syllable count follows the Fibonacci sequence. It's also, I should clarify, you kind of have to read it to understand how the lines are broken up, but oh well. A light petal shakes gently, then, equally soft, another behind quivers too. In spiral pattern they stretch toward infinity, growing in size and number with each passing ring fanning out in a stately display, yet always maintaining that quiet, tremulous demeanor befitting something so delicate, feather-like, that they may sway with the wind.
I'm a fan.
Art.
Finally, for my final act, I will be doing... Oh, nice.
Thank you.
For my final act, I will be doing my murderous impression.
Oh no.
Well, how'd you get up there so fast? What?
No, we can't do it.
One sec. Oh man.
Wait, a couple people won't understand that.
Sure.
Notice becoming technical.
Well, what are you trying to do?
Holy,
Make
holy,
yourself sure with people.
holy shit.
How about now? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, not...
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Let's go.
Let's gather back around for either Gold or Kara's performance. Whoever wants to go next. Okay, Kara, what's your performance going to be?
A singular poem that I painstakingly wrote over the course of 8 years.
Okay.
It's a haiku. Haikus are quite fun, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator.
Woo! Good job.
That really,
Yay!
that was great.
All right, guys, the time has come. Who had the most outstanding performance tonight? Let's remind everyone of what went down. We started off with Murderous's improv performance of Chicago of 1952. After that, we transitioned to, I believe it was Zay next, who presented his song. Afterwards, we went to Ty for his Minecraft movie reproduction. After Ty, I believe I presented my poems and my murderous plunky impression. Then we had Kara with her poem and song. No, yeah, Kara and then Murderous' song as well, yeah. So the time has come. We must come to a consensus.
Oh, I
Not
think
that
it's
it's on
first thing to
Fractal just
say.
because I thought that was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that got the most laughs by far.
Yeah.
I'm not going to vote for myself, so my vote is for... I think my vote's for Murderous. Because you had the song and you had the ill-fated improv.
I'm voting for Fractal's murderous impression.
That's fucking crazy.
Well then, this book, the part 2 book, shall find a place in a library that I eventually make, where anyone can read it.
Actually, wait, if you give it, I've got a perfect library for it, which I cannot actually say.
Nice try. Nice
I thought
try.
I-
I'm gonna build, at some point, I'm gonna build a monastery up on the cliffs, once I terraform everything. And there's gonna be like a library in there. I'll put it in there. Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? It was nice to get everyone online and involved and having a good time on the server for a bit. Most of those people have not been all online at the same time since the server launch, or maybe the end event. But either way, oh no, what have I done? But either way, it was really good. Just chatting with everyone, having a good time, telling some jokes, reciting some poetry, doing some improv, just hanging out, which we haven't really done much on the server, especially not with voice chat. So yeah, it was a good time. There's more to come from this place now. After the open mic night concluded and I stopped recording, Gold Nosy got back online and he had prepared his event. And it turned out that his event was blackjack. Now, I got incredibly lucky and I swept all the winnings for multiple of the rounds. And I got myself a grand total of like 5 diamonds, a block of gold, an ender pearl, and a goat horn, I think, along with the stuff I put in. But we had a lot of fun playing that, and I'm upset that I didn't record it. But it inspired me. I think I want to build a Monte Carlo style casino. Now, it's going to have to be big. So I was looking over here like I'm going to do it here. I'm not going to do it here. This is a 5x5 building. I'm no shot. But I would like to build some kind of resort somewhere. I'm not sure quite where yet. I don't really have much real estate near the coast left. But maybe back on the hill somewhere. I don't know. We'll have to work it out. It might be way away in the future. In fact, I'm certain it is. but that is something that's going to have to happen at some point, because we all had a lot of fun playing blackjack, gambling our life savings away. I think like I said, Monte Carlo style place would fit really well with here. Yeah, so I know this is kind of a weird episode. It's not my usual style. I don't usually just go off script and kind of talk about what I'm building, but it was nice for a change, I think. I don't know what you guys thought, but yeah, I had a good time. And I think, oh, there's Murderous. I think in my next episode, you'll probably see me finishing up all this kind of this building here, this beachfront stuff, texturing all of this area, maybe doing a bit of training, trying to make this entire front area, front view of my base look really nice. And like I said, it'll probably be more informal. But yeah, that's about it. So I guess we're doing my outro here. Until next time, see ya.